Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everybody. Today is June 7th, 2018. We have the Environmental Conservation Board. Ran a few minutes late because math problems. So we'll start with the first item, which is number 1, Kleinschmidt, Leslie and Ned, 41 Averill Drive, renovations to an existing home. Hi.
Hi, my name's Barbara Keith. I'm here with MAP Architecture. I'm representing the Kleinschmidts. We are looking to renew their existing wetlands permit.
Okay. Have you made any changes to the existing permit that was issued back in June of 2017?
No, the contractor's been,
Actually, 2016.
yeah,
All right, this is your second extension.
yes.
Is there an extension?
Yeah, it was originally issued in June of 2016. We extended it to June of 18, and now you want to extend it till?
Hopefully 2019.
Has the work started?
It has started.
How long do you think it's gonna take?
We're thinking another year, not even a year. They just started putting up the sheetrock, but they still have site work to do. They switched contractors in the process, so that's kind of why there was a stall in the project for a while.
Is that the house with the two cupolas on the top?
I believe so, yes.
With, it still has a blue tarp
Are all
on
of
the side?
Yes, it's not my, I
Okay.
didn't work on the project, but I'm here representing, yeah.
It's directly on the lake, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the, is the wetland protection still up?
Yes. Silt fence has been up the whole time. They've been repairing it as need be.
Okay, so one of the conditions of renewal of this permit is going to be you to contact the wetlands inspector,
Okay,
and he needs to inspect your silt fence and
sure.
devices, silt fence and erosion control devices.
Okay, and we called to set up that inspection?
Yes.
Okay.
All
Have you
right.
been recently at the site?
I have not, no.
Okay.
The project architect wasn't able to make it tonight, and he's the one that pretty much goes every week.
Is there a machinery on the site?
Not that I'm aware of, no. They did all of their excavation work way back in like 2 years ago or so.
All right. Then no other changes to the permit then, right?
No.
Okay. Do I have a motion to?
How about 15 months?
How about 12? Because 15 gets you to September.
Yeah, right. Gives them the summer.
I mean, all that,
Gives them this summer and next summer.
I mean, it gets them this summer, yeah. But Ed, Vince, it's only the amount of work that is here. If they're in the, they did all the outside work already.
She said site work still has to be done.
Site work still has to be done?
Yes.
Can this be done in 12 months?
That's what they're saying, but, you know, construction's always delayed at some point in the process, and we don't know how the winter's gonna be this year, so,
I mean, Vince, we gave them 2 extensions already.
With a suggestion.
Got to finish the
Yeah, no, I
project.
understand. They gotta finish the project. I mean, it can't be an
Got to
open-ended.
start it, finish
Yeah.
it.
Is 12 months acceptable?
I mean, if we could get a little more, that would be great, just for some wiggle room, but if not, we'll accept 12 months.
Season.
9, September?
Yeah. Go to October. Give them,
This will be the
this
last,
is June. When when is it expiring
June
right now?
15th.
So at 15 months would be September 15th.
Right. I'll go September 15th. This is the last extension, okay?
Last extension, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They had other permits here for DEC, I believe, right?
That I'm not sure of.
All right, so you also have to make sure that all other permits, the DEC, DEP, whatever ones you may have, are also amended, and you need to submit one for the file.
Okay.
That's if they have them, not going through the DAF. I'm not sure if this would classify under DEC or DEP, but if there are additional permits for this that are required, please make sure you get the updated permits
Okay.
to the file, okay?
Yes.
So do I have a motion to extend the permit number 916 to Leslie and Ned Kleinschmidt for 41 Averill Drive in Mayapack, New York, to extend it from June 15, 2018 to 9/15/2019.
Can I just amend that?
Sure.
That they send in a letter that all other permits are up to date. And if
Right.
they are not up to date, then we get the revised permits.
Okay. With the following condition, that you provide a letter to the file stating that all permits are up to date, and provide copies of those permits,
And the wetlands inspector.
and the wetlands inspector.
Yes.
So let's just put this condition 6, 7, 17, letter for all permits and wetlands inspector. So do I have a motion to grant the permit from June 15, 2018 to 9/15/19 for 15 months?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'm gonna abstain since I walked in late.
You didn't really miss much.
You don't really miss much.
It's all right.
It's
I'm
all
still
right.
good.
We know that, right, yeah.
All right, so just get this stuff in tomorrow or Monday the latest.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay, Galindo Brolio, 159 Lakeshore Drive. Please state your name and.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Michael Dobler with the engineering firm Master Monaco Consulting Engineers, here representing the client, Braulio Galindo, property located at 159 Lakeshore Drive, Lake Secor.
You were here before, right?
The applicant had attended the previous.
All right, doesn't he already have filed the plans? He already taken the house down,
That's correct.
and now he's looking for a permit to build a new house.
Yes.
So this plan is to show us the layout of the new home?
The plan that you have before you has been revised to address the comments from your previous meeting.
Right.
The plan does reflect both the existing or the pre-existing footprint of the old house as well as all the proposed improvements to take place on site.
Okay.
We have provided a comment response memo for the comments from your earlier meeting, and I'm here to answer any other questions or review any concerns you may have.
Sure. Okay, so we'll go through the comments, and we'll figure it from there. Okay, the first question we had was a copy of the deed, which is attached.
That's right here.
You have it? Okay.
I'll take a look at it.
Photo of the property where you took the home down. that pile of debris still there, the view that's shown on Lake Seashore before the, there's a pile of debris here.
I couldn't quite tell you. I'm not sure. I haven't been to the site in over 2 months. So, but I would say likely not, because the house has been removed, and they would have had dumpsters and equipment to remove the rest of the
Right.
material.
Did they broke up the slab as well?
Yes.
Okay. So, the next item is a spec sheet for the new spill pit, big spill pit. Got it. And site plan dated April. We reviewed the notes taken, areas disturbance recalculated. The area disturbance within the buffer is approximately half the lot, 5,000 square feet. The entire lot of disturbance is noted on the plan of 10,005 square feet.
That's correct.
Okay, so you really then have to submit a SWIP, right? Because you're at 5,000 square feet?
The SWIP is being reviewed by the town engineer, and upon his approval, it'll be filed, the NOI will be filed with the state DEC.
Okay, so we need to see a copy of that as well, so you may want to stick a copy in this file, please?
We could provide a copy, sure.
Thank you.
What is that, a copy of what?
SWIP.
Yep.
And the town engineer will review it and get us a letter of approval or disapproval.
That's correct.
Wait, town engineer approval. Okay. So next item is spill prevention plans. Spill prevention notes are added to the plan. The applicant agrees that any equipment left on site will be parked on oil absorbent pads. Now, I had mentioned to Mr. Right, that it has to be stored on 6 mil poly.
Okay, we've provided notes to that extent, notes 16, 17 on the plan, as well as we show a equipment storage area.
Yeah, you have to
fueling
change
area.
that from oil absorbent pads, because you'll have thousands of them then.
Oh, I
You wanna
see,
put
in
it
lieu
on-
of.
In lieu
Gotcha.
of, in lieu of.
Sure.
And I'm gonna mark up this copy in the file, all right, if you don't mind?
Yep.
Marked on 6 mil poly.
Did we outline the 100-foot buffer on this plan?
It is reflected on the plan.
Yeah, 100-foot lake buffer.
You see that?
Goes right through the house. Okay, next item. A new pig spill kit or equivalent will be on site. Let me ask you a question. On the drawings, we had asked where the equipment was gonna be stored and/or a fueling plan.
And that is noted on the plan. If you refer to the driveway proposed area, and you see the note, equipment storage fueling area, provide oil absorbent pads on grade, and that note will be revised to reflect the poly.
On the proposed driveway?
The location of the storage and fueling will be at the location of the proposed driveway.
There's a note on the drawing?
Excuse me,
Doesn't say anything there that I see.
that particular note has been revised on the plans that I have with me.
Oh,
Excuse me.
So maybe you should give me a copy of
Yes,
those.
in fact, I can.
plans.
that's
Yeah,
important.
there was only a couple minutes, and I will review the changes to the plan you're looking for.
All right, wait a minute, before you confuse me.
And you can see
This
there's
is
a revision
Alt.
there.
There's a revision date?
Is there? Where is it located?
Right here, revised June 7th.
Got it.
Okay. There will be no equipment stored in the buffer, and that is also noted on the plan.
That's correct. That would be note 16 in the general notes.
Yeah, I see that.
Yep. I see that. What does it say in the proposed driveway?
PR equipment,
Can you just point that to me?
storage and equipment, right there.
Oh, I got you.
All right, wire back silt fence. Wire back silt fence will be used on the site as also noted on the plan. All right, got it? Got it? Got a detail of it?
Yes, that detail is reflected.
Sidelines, all
On
the
the
way
front?
around the property like that. Over here too?
This drawing.
Yeah, right here. 2 rows of silt.
I understand that, but where is the detail
For what?
for the silt fence?
It's right here in the middle. There's actually a hay bale
It's a hay
detail,
bale
and then there's
oh,
a silt fence
Silt
there.
fence and hay bale detail. I saw the hay bale, that's what threw me off. All right, hay bale detail, fine. Details on the stockpile area he gave us. Schedule inspection with town wetland contractor. That has to be done after you put up the silt fence. Is the silt fence up now?
Yes, including the requested second row
Okay, let me ask you a
along the
question.
lake.
So, you just told me you haven't been to the site in 2 months.
The owner sent me a picture this afternoon.
Okay. Okay, and did he schedule the wetlands inspector to go out there?
He communicated with the town engineer today, and tomorrow morning, they will be scheduling that.
Perfect. Okay. We asked for tree locations. There are no trees to be removed on the site. Wire-back silt fence will be used, so it's noted on the plan. Sizing of the infiltration chambers. We had questions regarding the infiltration chambers. We had said
16 by 34 inches.
sizing for the infiltration chambers. We wanted to know, we want to see the calculations based on your sizing of the infiltration chambers.
So if you refer to the zoning schedule, I provide an impervious coverage detail, each of the improvements.
Right.
From structure, driveway, patio, deck, steps, other.
Right?
And then if you refer to the stormwater management calculation at the top middle of the plan, and that is designed to accommodate all the increased impervious to the site,
Okay?
and should there be any concerns by the town engineer, that will be addressed prior to his approval of the SWIP.
Okay, I'm just noticing also here that you did a deep test pit
Yeah.
up in the right-hand corner of the property near the lake.
Yeah, that testing was done to quantify the soil in order to design the,
And was it
Sure.
done by hand or by a machine?
that is a good question. I couldn't tell you that.
6 feet down.
6 foot? All right. Sizing calculation is noted on the plan, 100-foot lake setback to 100-foot buffer, done. The 100-foot lake has been around to 100-foot buffer, provided a copy of deed.
Can you pass that deed down here, Ed?
Bob, you had a question, relating to the footings on this project. Do you have anything?
They're
on
gonna
that?
be within the footprint of the building, correct?
Well, as I referred earlier, you can see the existing house footprint is shown as a dotted line. The shaded area represents the proposed house.
Mhm.
And so you see there's some overlap, but not entirely. It's
Good
approximately-
portion of the house
Excuse me?
is in the buffer zone. A good portion of the house is in the buffer zone, the footings.
That's correct. The
More than half.
2/3 of the house.
Yeah. I think you wanted to see that detail, Rob, I just had jotted down, was that?
I mean, it's gonna be within the footprint of the house, it's part of his calculations for disturbance. He's already at the 5,000 square feet.
Okay.
So he's, I mean, if he cheat, and I don't mean this in a bad way, if he cheats a little on the envelope a little, it's really not gonna be, it's negligible. All right. He's addressed all of our comments.
Well, one other thing, with regards to the stormwater calculation. He is providing only the chambers for an increase in impervious area. what exactly is the requirement if he's demolished it and he's starting all over again? Is it still just the increase? When he demolishes the house, it basically is bringing it back to zero and then builds a new house on?
That's typically how it's addressed. Should the town engineer have any considerations, there is room to expand that. And he would be the governing body to provide input on that.
And what are we doing with the gutters on the house?
The
Are
plan
they
reflect-
leading to this,
Yeah,
the
that-
infiltration chamber,
They
all
go
of
to,
them?
they go to the chambers, it
All
says
of the
here.
roof, all of the building roof drains are to discharge into the infiltration chambers. The footing drains are to discharge to the level spreader on the opposite side of the lot,
And you gave us a regrading plan as well.
be on the north side.
You show the existing house, I mean, well, now demolished, but was existing house. And then you say that the total impervious area before that was 2,768 square feet.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Right here.
well, that 2,768, does that include the house and what other impervious areas?
So if you look at the zoning chart, it's broken down each item. So you see the structure is listed, the driveway area is listed, the patio, the deck, steps, and any other impervious area is outlined.
Structure, okay.
Do you have the photos here?
You need?
Photos?
They want the deed.
I don't know, but I'm looking at the photo of what was existing that was supplied.
You're not planning to do any blasting, are you?
No, I don't foresee that as being a necessity.
What's your concern, Vince?
I don't know, I mean, it seems like it should be more of an increase than that, looking at the photo that.
Yeah, but remember though, Vince, he's only at 5,000 square feet of disturbance in the buffer. The rest of the house, this portion of the house back is outside the buffer.
But all of the...
But everything.
Everything
is
is-
counted as part of the impervious.
Previous, right.
No, that's an accurate calculation. If you were to, you can basically see all of the existing improvements are reflected on the plan, and each and every impervious improvement has been calculated.
Okay, well,
Going from 27 to 31.
And he's gonna submit this with the town.
yeah, I know.
All right.
Maybe that's a note that we could pass along to Rich, just to, I mean, did you already break up the concrete slab? I know you mentioned that before, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already- all
That's
right.
been clear.
Yeah, so there's no way. Okay.
All right, so then, the only other thing is, verify counts, infiltration. Anybody else have anything? All right, with that, I make a motion to accept the application as submitted for Brolino Galindo for 159 Lake Shore Drive to demolish and construct a single-family dwelling with the following conditions. Provide a copy of the SWIP for the file and await the town engineer's approval. You're also submitting that to the DEC, right? The SWIP?
Upon approval by the town engineer.
Okay. And then, verify the calcs of the infiltration chambers with the town engineer, Vince.
And the six mil poly.
And change, the storage of the equipment will be on 6 mil poly. do I have a motion to accept the application?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you for your time.
So you come back in 2 meetings, and you get your permit, if there are no comments from the town.
And you get us those 3
You
things.
get it 6 to 8 days.
Okay, and we'll be notified of the meeting, or you just come back in 2 meetings?
In 2 meetings, I would check with Rose.
Okay, fine.
She'll
Things
put
have to be submitted within,
Yeah, you have to get me the SWIP by Monday. Can you get me a copy of the SWIP by Monday?
Okay.
And the calcs and infiltration chambers, Rich, give those to Rich, let him look at those, the town engineer.
corrections on the,
And then just a note to the file that you're gonna store equipment on 6 mil poly,
Correct.
all right?
Very good.
And let's not start work before we get permits.
We try not to.
let me bring one up thing. What, this house was demolished without a permit within
Correct.
the buffer. Are we giving a permit for the construction of the new house, or the demolishing of the old one and the construction of the new one?
Let me check the file,
It's for-
Vince.
When was it taken down?
My understanding, within the past month.
To construct a new dwelling and associated grading partially in the buffer area of Lake Secor.
They're a short form EAF, though, it says demolish existing residence and construct a new residence.
That's a short form EAF. Well, I'm not approving the
True.
demo of the existing residence. So we'll modify that to the short form, we'll just cross it out, because we're only basically looking at the construction of a new residence
At this point.
at this point. All right, is that it? You want this?
Nope.
Is this the first time Rich is gonna be going out there? Has the engineer gone out there at all?
I can't be sure if the protocol for demolition requires him to make an inspection or not.
Did you receive a stop work order for this, or a notice of violation?
Not that I'm aware of. The town did issue a demolition permit.
They did, without any, and they didn't require them to come before us, is that what happened?
I don't know what happened, but
All
we wound
right,
up.
so Rich will be going out there. I definitely would also like to just pass along a note to him to just do a general overview of the property for us. I mean, if this was done without any environmental considerations previously, couldn't hurt to have his opinion on the actual proposal of the project.
Okay. All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for your time. Have a good evening.
You too. Okay, next item is Diane Bunau? Bunau? No, it's close, sorry. 153 Topland Road.
Yes.
Construct a 10 by 14 deck. Please identify yourself and tell us why you're here.
Okay, I'm Diane Bonneau, and, I'd like to have my contractor build a 10 by 14 pressure-treated deck, and to remove and dispose of existing 10 by 18 pressure-treated wood deck. And there, the reason that I'm having this done is because there was not one reason is that there was not a permit for the existing deck. My parents had bought the house in December of 1954. And let's see now. My siblings and I want to sell the house, so we need a new deck
Okay?
with a permit. And, we did not know that the brook that's been there all the time since before the house was there was going to create a problem, a wetlands problem. I mean, the house has been there, my parents bought the house, 63 years ago? And the house was built like 1942 or 1944, in between that area. So, the brook in the house has been there all this time. So
Okay, so if I look at this picture, the drawing.
there was a landing
survey,
there in the beginning.
There's a brook that runs along here,
Yes,
and then this is your home, and then this is the deck in the back here?
There
Or is
was-
it over here?
There was a landing, when we bought the house, when my parents bought the house, there was a little landing on the one side. Let's see, I have a copy of it.
Are we looking at the one that is the open porch, or are we looking at the one that has the steps?
The one that has the steps, is that what you're talking about?
So that is in the back of the house, the farthest from Toplin Road?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that's the area that we're looking at, right here,
This area right here.
Okay, but it's gonna go the other way. Do you have the pictures? There should be pictures there of
Yeah, I got
the existing
pictures.
deck. So it's going the opposite way now towards the brook. And that's the way it's been there for many years, the deck, the existing deck.
Why do you want to take down the existing deck?
Well, it's old and it doesn't pass inspection. First of all, there's no permit for it, plus it's not gonna pass inspection to sell the house,
Okay,
because it's, you know.
It's rotting,
Well, yes, plus it does,
the
doesn't
footings are no
have-
good.
huh?
The footings, you know, where the,
Right, they're not good either. And the posts for the, you know,
Okay.
on
support posts.
deck, they're too wide, they're not the,
Oh, they're not
They're not
16 inches
16
on
inch.
center, they're like 24 on center.
How
Right.
come you're not making it the same size as before?
why?
Yeah. It's
Well,
smaller.
we don't need it that big, and just, we could make it that big, but, you know, why go that big when the 10 by 14 is big enough?
This is
And,
tiny.
you know, be a little less expensive too, not that much less, but a little less expensive, and,
Okay.
They're putting
It's
in
fair,
3
yeah.
huh?
Yeah, just asking.
Yes,
This is the
and, it should be a good enough size to,
It looks like it's
when we sell the house.
Is this?
Because this way we can have the steps going, the way that we want it, the opposite way towards the brook,
Yeah,
instead of in the
instead
middle
of
of the yard.
extending out into the yard, taking
Yeah,
away the yard, you want it to run
exactly,
alongside
exactly.
the
A lot-
deck
This
and,
way there'll be more room in the yard, if somebody wants,
So, oh, that's the deck?
yes.
Okay,
This is the deck that we're talking
so we're
No,
talking about
is
this
what
area
we did
here.
When we bought the house, when my
Okay,
parents
this
bought
is
the house.
what we're replacing.
That's
No,
not,
no, no, that's the little front porch.
That's the front porch?
Yes, yes.
there's no porch on here, though. There's no.
Where
it's
on
not
the map, though, are you putting the deck? Right back here, or is it?
Back, okay, back here. So it's gonna start right here. Okay, right there, and it goes to here. Let me I
Okay.
can
Can I just have your
see
hand over
this?
there?
Yes.
So
See,
this-
this is the back.
This is the
And-
corner right here,
In between the property?
goes right here,
Yes, right, like just in a little bit off
and
the
then it
edge.
comes off the edge like right around
Yeah,
here.
you see the basement door? That's a basement door. It's gonna go right before that, and there's a window here. That's another thing, another reason
All
why.
right, so
we
it's
thought-
gonna start from this
It's
corner,
gonna go over that,
go to this corner.
Yes.
Over to here.
Yes.
About 5 feet off the edge of the house.
it's gonna go right about there, 4 feet in
right.
from there.
Okay.
I had taken another picture, we have to
Okay,
go
what
in,
I
but it's
need
not
for the
here.
file is this is great that you have it.
Yes,
What I need is a clean white copy, basically showing us like this. So you would take this drawing, and you would duplicate it.
So
This would be
this-
Toplin Road.
okay. Well, the contractor has some drawings.
He has
here that
drawings of
doesn't-
the sketch, of the deck itself.
Yes.
What I need is, I need him to show me on the property map,
You want the
Where-
contractor to do,
well, somebody has to do it.
I can't do it.
Well,
Not at
what I
all.
need to do is, so this is just for example.
Okay.
This is your house. All right, here's your house. Okay, here's the house. Here's the front porch.
Yes,
Okay, and then what I need him to do is to come off of here like this. New deck. Provide the dimensions, X, we'll call that X, we'll call
we
that
do
Y.
have the dimensions.
Of the deck, but I have to see the dimensions of the deck on the site plan.
We don't have it?
No, you have, what you have is, you're almost there.
Right, 'cause he came,
You have-
he
he-
did this a couple of times for Mike.
Right, he did
It's not gonna be half
he
an
did the
hour.
deck,
Right.
he did the stair detail,
Right.
which is fine. He showed me he's got 3 footings. He shows me the location, the height of the deck.
Yes.
Which is fine. He gave me pictures of the stairs, which
I
is-
did the pictures,
Okay,
yeah.
which is fine. But I need, but
um,
on the site plan, on the survey, I basically
On
need,
this?
on this drawing.
On the map?
Yeah, what he can, you can do this one of two ways. If you can get this onto a white piece of paper and then show the new deck on here, here's your property line here, here's your property line here, here's your brook. And from here, you're gonna go out 100 feet to show me where the 100-foot buffer is.
Yeah, but there's not 100 feet here.
I
Oh,
just, this is what I'm
okay.
showing you, you have to show us.
Okay.
And then, here's a public park. And then just show us the deck with the dimensions, here's your stairs, right? And then the distance off of the house here, and that's it. And just to show us so we can see where the deck is going on here. Because what you gave me is you gave me the survey of the house,
Right.
which is fine, but I need to see the way this is gonna be laid out moving forward.
Okay, but it's gonna be laid out just like I showed you in the pictures.
I understand that,
It's
but I
just
need.
gonna be 4 feet in.
I understand that, but I need to
Definitely.
have this for the file to show. But you still have a 30-day clock
Well,
to
here's
sit.
what I'm concerned about. He wanted to start right away.
You can't,
And plus, we needed it, we wanted to sell the house, so now we have to wait another month.
well, you have.
I
for a
started this
permit-
April 20th, I put the permit in to the building.
Okay, but because you're by the stream, I have to put you on the clock.
The house has been there.
I understand.
Can you update,
70-something
can you have
years.
somebody update this
Huh?
site?
It's not like we're building a house,
No.
That's
It's
true.
for the file.
Huh?
That's just for the file.
This is 3 footings.
but now it's gonna take another month.
Want to call it a letter of maintenance?
Why don't you,
Hold on.
why don't you just, you gotta have conditions where we just, that site plan.
So it's not a, listen,
No, they're demolishing, she's taking, they're
they're
taking
taking
out
the
all
old deck,
all
they're
deck
putting
out.
the new deck in. So it's a, all right, so it's, but guys, we're only looking at 3 footings. That's all the area of disturbance. The deck is getting smaller from the original deck, right? So you're already gaining on your non-impervious areas anyway, right? Because you're replacing it more or less in kind.
Everything's gonna be right where it is, right where it
I-
is. It's just gonna be,
Oh, this is her pen.
except for except for the steps. They're just gonna go out the other
Yeah,
way.
they're going
And it's
down
gonna
the
be
other way.
smaller.
When were you told that you had to come before, get a permit for a wetland permit?
When?
When were you told you had to get a wetland permit?
I'm sorry, I can't,
When were you told?
When were you
had to-
told to come here?
let's see, about 3 weeks ago, I think it was, or 2 or 3 weeks ago, from Mike Canaza, told me that, let's see. I'm
What
trying
were
to
you
think.
told when you got the demolition? You already took down the,
Oh, no, it's not down. We didn't take it down, no.
when did you apply for a permit for the removal of the deck?
April 20th. And,
We haven't, I haven't,
so
she hasn't been on the.
I had to wait 4 weeks, so it was like 3 weeks ago, I guess, when I called Mike up, and then he called me back, and he said that, he was looking into something, and then he called back again and said that he was waiting on the to hear from, I guess, Rose on the wetlands
This is the first
problem.
time,
Then
we're
he
s-
said I needed a permit for the wetlands.
this is the first time I'm saying this. So, listen, I have,
Really?
listen, guys, it's,
There's more to it. She's got that we need silt fence on here. There's a stream that we have to protect here.
Nick,
You're demolishing.
Nick, it's
Yeah.
a 3 posts. It's 42, it's less than a yard of soil.
Are you, is
The
it cemented
contractor's
in?
just using his hands and saws to demo the deck, right?
Oh, right, no
No,
machinery.
have no machinery
Not
over there?
gonna- No,
Be a whole thing. Just be a little bit.
It's back here.
would have been better if I had him here tonight, but I don't think he would have wanted,
No,
I mean,
you know, it's
he wouldn't have
just,
been happy to come. I mean,
it's just a site plan, an overhead of your property, your house, and the relation of the new deck, that you can really see.
To try to-
The setback from the wetland, where that lands, and that's all we need. It's a formality on the application. We have to have that in the file,
okay, right, but
it
like I
Yeah, I
said,
agree. I mean,
happens, so
there's-
you can go ahead.
so
and then
This
just
is
get
what
that
I'd like
into
to
the
do.
file.
I'd like to give her a letter of permission or letter of maintenance with conditions and then move it forward. That's what it's a replace in kind.
And smaller
Smaller.
area,
It's small.
yeah,
And I'm trying to be reasonable here. I don't wanna,
minimal.
You're looking at less than,
you're looking at three
200 square
three
feet.
10-inch diameter holes, 42 inches deep.
Is there gonna be any heavy machinery used for this deck at all? Are you gonna be driving is there gonna be any trucks going back there? Are you gonna be digging out with an excavator? Like,
No,
No.
no, nothing like that.
if these things are cemented are we talking about?
I will tell you, I will guarantee you that these are not cemented in.
The
I
old
have a
footings.
friend, I have a friend that just pulled a deck out, and back the same time this house has been there, and they were just buried.
Yeah, it is buried.
That deck wasn't
Well,
there
even
that,
if they were, as
the
long as
deck's
they don't
not
pull
there
them
that
out.
long.
Yeah,
It's, right.
you can leave the
The
old ones
deck
there.
is there,
Out.
the deck is there,
gonna be
I'd
looking at my
say
Look at the roof and the deck.
25 years.
Are you gonna be removing the entire frame too? Everything's coming down, the whole thing, right?
Yes,
Right, you're
yes,
building a
the
new
whole
deck.
thing's coming
The
out.
whole thing's coming
Footings,
down.
Yeah, no,
Footings,
Posts,
right.
girders, joists.
oh, we're talking about the things.
These posts.
Yep,
There's
What
no
is it-
way the
what is
deck
that
is
on?
that.
What's
as old
underneath
as
it
the
right now?
house.
Flagstone patio?
Yeah, gravel.
looks like grass.
What's underneath the deck?
What's
Is it
underneath the
gravel,
existing deck?
Grass,
Grass,
or what?
dirt.
No,
Dirt.
there's, the patio,
Is it,
there's pavers under the deck.
Are they cemented in?
No, they're not cemented in.
Pavers under it.
no, they're just pavers
They're
lying
just-
on the ground?
Huh? Yes, they're
Yeah.
pavers. They're
Are you
just-
gonna be leaving the pavers?
Yes, yes. But it's not
Yeah.
where the footings are. It's like behind the footings. It's just under the deck that,
Personally, I could go with a letter of permission with some silt fence around where in the, 50 feet or 20 feet of where it is near the stream. And as long as we get Rich to go out there too. When they put the silt fence in, we do letter of permission. Since it's,
Just send Rich out.
since you're talking about well, listen, there's gonna be a lot of debris.
Listen, they're going to cut the debris off
Goes
with
into a
Sawzalls,
truck, yeah.
and they're gonna dump it in a dumpster.
he's gonna take it away immediately.
It's a 12-inch sonotube.
Anybody could check on that, because I would never leave
I'm not
anything
trying to
there.
be difficult here. This is not, I'm not,
It's like putting a rose bush in.
it's like putting 3 rose bushes in.
That's what it's like.
Yeah, basically.
That's what you're doing there.
Everything will be taken away immediately.
Where's the
Why
dumpster
put
gonna
that
be
stuff in
located?
The condition I'm gonna have for the dumpster to be put in has to be on your driveway,
In the driveway?
in the driveway.
On the
Not near the house, not on the grass, in the driveway.
Okay, right.
This is what I'd like to do, guys. I'd like to give a letter of permission with the following conditions. 1, dumpsters to be placed in the driveway.
Okay,
No heavy equipment to be used to construct the facility, the site, the work, and provide a sketch of the layout. Basically, the sketch that I showed you how to do, a proper sketch.
Okay.
Showing, whatever. And you have until, a week from tonight to get it in,
okay.
and then, only then will the letter of permission be issued. So I'm giving
Okay.
you a
What
week.
about the silt fence?
I don't think silt fence is needed.
I don't think it's needed for this type of thing.
Are you gonna ask Rich to go out at all? This
No,
evening?
she's here because there's a stream over. Does the
Right.
stream run all the time?
Is it constantly flowing?
It's flowing now, but when there's
Dry?
a dry spell, it wouldn't run for months.
It's
There
intermittent?
would be no water for months. But then, being that we've had a lot of rain, and first a lot of snow, then the rain, plus we had heavy rains during the winter, it's running now. But if we get a drought, it's dry for a long time.
Like in
How wide
August?
is the stream? How wide is the stream? Could you jump across it?
No. Well, somebody probably could, if they had,
Can you jump
not
across?
me. But
Anything up to
it
15
could,
feet?
it's not, somebody probably could jump across.
What would you say, it's 6 feet?
6 feet?
Oh, yes, about that. It's not tremendous,
Yeah.
you know.
You can
Alright,
pole
so-
vault over it, okay.
So this is what I'd like to do, guys. I would like to provide a letter of permission with the 3 conditions that I stated, and I could put another statement in there as to, upon completion of work, have the wetlands inspector look at the stream to make sure there's no debris in it, and we'll leave it
Right.
at that.
I'll make that motion.
Right.
Is that fine? Okay, so do I have a motion to grant a letter of permission to Diane M. Bonneau of 153 Topland Road, Mayapack, for the demolition and construction of a new deck at her property with the following conditions. 1, dumpsters are to be placed in the driveway only. No heavy equipment is to be used to construct the deck. Provide a sketch of the layout of the property and deck. And have the wetlands inspector inspect stream upon completion of work to verify it's clean. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Missing 2 or 1.
I abstain.
You can't abstain.
Of course I can. You have 4 votes.
I got 3 votes.
No, you have 4.
I didn't vote.
Oh, you didn't vote, oh.
Would it be more palatable if Rich, wetland inspector goes out there pre-construction?
Yes.
Yeah,
Fine.
okay.
Have wetland inspector pre-inspection as well. Okay, so grant a letter of permission with the following conditions. Dumpsters to be placed in the driveway only. No heavy equipment is to be used to construct or demolish the existing deck. Provide a sketch of the layout of the property and deck. Have the wetlands inspect the site prior to construction and post-construction to verify that the site is clean. And all this information must be submitted by next Thursday,
Well, before any permit will be.
before any letter of permission will be granted.
Okay.
Okay, so so I have a motion, do I have a vote?
I'll vote yes.
So
Okay.
you have a vote,
Nice
so
one.
4. So, all right, you're gonna get a letter of permission.
You have 5.
I have 5. So you're gonna get a letter of permission as opposed to a full-blown application.
Okay.
No letter will be issued to you until these conditions are met.
I'll get a copy of that, correct?
Well, these are my notes.
You want to
Reg,
photograph it?
Do you have a phone?
iPhone?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll take a picture of it for you.
Okay.
She's not gonna be able to read my writing. I'll write it out for you. We're full service, so I'll write it out for you. You won't be able to read my handwriting.
Okay.
Want me to write it, Chairman?
No, that's all right.
You want-
Is the house on the market?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Not for, till this is all done. About 2 months probably, you know.
Was there a will involved?
There's,
You don't
life
have to
estate.
answer, that's
Life
fine.
estate,
What?
life estate.
A life estate?
Yes, my mother's still alive. She's in a nursing home. I was
Wow.
there today for 3.5 hours.
Wow.
But she's, you know, she's doing okay.
How old is she?
94.
God bless her.
Yes, I know.
Nice.
So the house is in her name?
It's in her name, but it's, like I said,
The-
she has a life estate. It's myself and my 4 other siblings on the life estate. And,
So we- so
actually,
the
my
four-
my
the
mother
four-
was pretty sick for a while. She almost died a few months ago. And we really, she can't come back home, and we can't take care of the house much longer. It's not easy when you, you know, to
I
take
know.
care of another house. And so I'm staying there right now temporarily.
Here you go. I hope you can read it. I should have been a doctor. I'm not that. Can I have that? Yep.
So then I'm supposed to come back.
So what you have to do is you need to, before your contractor starts, you're gonna call up the wetland, the town engineer, tell him you want him to come out and inspect the site, the stream and everything prior to the start of work. Prior to getting your permit, you're gonna send in the sketch, and Rose will scan it to us so we can take a look at it.
Okay.
No heavy equipment,
No,
dumpsters be
we wouldn't
placed
do,
on
we
site,
weren't
and
gonna do
that's
the heavy
it.
equipment anyway, no.
Yep, that's it.
Okay,
So the faster you get that in, the faster you get your letter.
okay. So when would the earliest be, next Thursday, did you say?
Rose is in, she's out tomorrow, but she's
The
in on Monday. So if you work over the weekend and get the sketch done for Monday, get it to us, she'll get it to us, and Thursday,
Can't do it over the weekend.
okay,
So, but it'll be one day next week.
fine. As soon as she gets it to us, we'll be good.
It doesn't have to be Monday, it's when you get it done.
Yeah, when you
can't-
get it done, you can start.
You can't get that letter of permission until you've done that.
The quicker
Okay.
you get it in,
The quicker you
better for
get your
you.
letter.
I got it now, thank you.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Next item.
Best to your mother.
Yep. Chris Vinard, 60 Facet Drive, legalize existing 12 by 10, 16 shed. Could you please state your name and why you're here?
Chris Bernard, 60 Facet Drive. I would like to legalize my shed. It's 12 by 16 or 18, I have to look.
You look familiar. Have you
I've been here before. I've been here before. We put in a pool,
Oh, yes, the pool.
double wetland. Pool looks great, thank you.
Oh,
I remember the pool.
I remember this pool.
So there's a,
It's a pool party.
Is this the one with the,
Beach blanket bingo.
we said the materials had to be stored in the pool materials had to be stored in the.
In the shed.
In the,
In a-
garage type area, whatever that was, yeah.
And when did you build the shed yet?
shed's in and has been in for, before, like, I moved in and moved it there. It was at my old house, I moved it in, put it in.
When
I've
was
been
this?
there. I've been there, 4.5 years. So I got a violation. My
When you
current
have a
house had to come in
violation?
For the shed being in, just because I didn't have a permit for the shed.
How'd they even know? You have a 2-acre
How'd
lot
they
there,
know?
right? 7-acre lot, 7.5 acres.
Somebody's looking around on a map somewhere. Actually, everybody on my road got a violation for sheds.
Is that right?
Really?
Wow.
Hilarious.
So this would be the pool, that's the house, that's the pool.
Yep.
This
Shed-
is, where's the shed?
You see where the pool equipment is, right by your thumb?
Right here?
That's the shed.
That's the shed.
Yep.
And you're 60 feet from the house, and
Where's the shed? How come I don't see it? I see the house.
shed's right here in the bottom corner.
Oh,
Oh, you drew it in.
He drew it in.
I gotcha.
Yeah, you probably have old,
And you're outside the buffer.
I'm in the buffer.
The buffer
Buffer's
is
100
here,
foot.
this radius,
Oh, there's a one up
the
top.
radius.
there's two
Two
wetlands.
buffers.
There's 2 wetlands.
Well, they squeezed that house in there, huh? And the pool.
Yeah, I remember this.
Well, the house was squeezed in, we squeezed the pool in.
You did. What do we do with you?
Wetlands?
Dry well.
Is that in the wetlands? Is this is the?
Yeah, is it in the wetlands?
It is not in the wetlands. It's in the buffer area.
Do you have you don't have any pictures of it, do you? I think that's the first thing we're gonna have to ask for, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta see where this thing is. Unless you said,
So this this is the corner of the driveway here. Okay, the shed is right over here. This is the wood line here. The pool equipment is right there, if you see that pipe.
Yep,
Okay, if you look over here, well, if you were to look here, there's the pool over
Right.
here. The street is out here, the house is here. The wetlands are gonna be way back here. Thank you.
How far are they approximately from the wetland line?
So here's the shed, here's the pool now. The wetland line is somewhere in here, so there's 100 foot from here to the wetlands. We're about 60 from the house, so it's about equidistant.
so it's halfway, so it's in the
It's
buffer.
about, the corner of the shed from the diagram, from the wetlands area is about 40 feet,
Yeah, that's what it is. Perfect, all right.
right on the plan.
So it's in the
not-
wetlands, well, it says 60 feet, 2 inches, 55 or 56.
The two corners, the other two corners are closer.
Right here.
It's inside,
in the
it's
buffer.
inside.
It's in the buffer.
It's
It's in
inside
the
of it.
buffer.
Is there any plumbing in there?
It's in the buffer, but it's not in the
The
wetland.
pool equipment is near, but there's no plumbing in the shed itself.
Right,
There's electrical from the pool, which is mounted to the shed. There's no plumbing in the
so
shed
you just
itself.
have electric light in the
Yeah, just
shed?
the light inside.
That's just for equipment storage, mowers, or,
We get good ones today.
Do you,
Stuff.
do we ask for a rain garden? Like, how big is this thing? It's
It's
8
12
by
by
what?
6.
is that on footings, or is it
No,
Item 4, and then, it's
pressure treated?
pressure treated. I have
And
it,
it's
you can
set
see
on
it
it?
if you'd like to
12
see.
by 16.
It's just placed on item 4? How did you get the item 4 in there?
Magic.
It's item 4
Yoda.
on top of the footings here.
Oh, yeah. so
It's
that's
192
stone you
square
have.
feet, guys, the roof.
Yeah.
It's 192 square feet.
Nice.
What did we do for that gentleman who installed remember that small, what was it?
There's no roof drain, no leaders
Shed?
on that,
Remember
right?
that small shed they put on top of an impervious
He still had the rain garden.
I think we did make, him do a rain
The one
garden.
by the lake, yeah.
A little
Yeah, that's
rain
right.
garden?
And for sheds, we've asked
Did
for
you
rain
put a
gardens.
rain guard in for the pool or anything? Did we make you do
No,
anything?
we did not do a rain guard for the pool, because the
You're outside the buffer.
Yeah, the part that was in the buffer was a very
Small amount.
small amount. It was more the equipment and like the patio that was in the buffer.
Is the equipment on a slab?
Yes.
Outside the buffer.
No, it's right
Well, the
next to
pool
the shed.
equipment
It's
is
in
directly
it's in
next to the shed, on a slab. It's
Here's
a
the
4x8,
Right next to
Yeah,
it,
four
right
bays,
there
two
is is the slab, right, with the pool equipment.
2x4, I think it's a 2x4 slab.
All right, tiny.
And there's a slope that goes down from the shed down, does it?
No, it's level.
Goes up?
No, it's level.
It's level. So in other words, this area is level?
That area is all level.
Okay.
How big of a, I know, how big of a rain garden would this be? I mean, I don't have a good sense of that. I had my binder. Does it have, gutters on it?
No,
That vast area doesn't need.
You did?
we asked that already. He doesn't have gutters on it.
Yeah, it's not really.
There's a vast area around it that's pervious. Enormous area. around
Enormous
the
area.
shed. I don't think a rain garden would do much.
I don't either.
So
I
don't-
know where I'm
I
leaning.
think so either, because
I know where I'm leaning, so.
The only
I'll let
thing
you
is-
guys fight it out.
right, when we've had sheds come in before, even relatively small ones like this, they've generally, that I recall, been on much smaller properties than near lakes. I mean, it's still within the buffer around a wetlands. But there's far more impervious surface, there's far more pervious surface here than, let's say, on a half-acre plot on a lake.
Right, he's 2 acres.
What was the size?
7.5
What's the
acres.
size of the shed?
16 by
12?
12. Because my math is not my strong point tonight, apparently.
192.
That's what I came up with.
192 square feet.
I didn't know I didn't.
Chris, what is this right here, just out of curiosity?
Plus the slab that they put that on.
One
That's a
of them.
garden.
And, I mean, it was the
Okay.
past job, but you have to
That was
consider.
part of the last job, which is
So we didn't make
2x4
him
is
do a rain garden
8
for it,
square
though.
feet.
And this is a,
So
So
in
you're
that
talking about
brings
rip
200
wrap, or is
square
that
feet.
Natural stone, we pulled all the stone.
It's Vince.
It goes up on a little rise.
I say letter of permission. And just be done with it.
What the hell?
All right, so if it's okay with the board, I'd like to offer that we just issue Mr. Venard a letter of permission. I mean, it's 200 square feet maximum, he's impervious. He's got 7.5 acres. A rain garden's gonna do bupkis.
Did, with the construction of the pool, I assume, and the house, I assume you had to have this was how many years ago? 4 years ago? Or,
Moved in about 4.5. The pool is probably, I want to say 2 to 2.5 years ago.
you had the, wetlands inspector out for
Yes,
that,
I'm not saying yes.
looking at with the boundary of the wetlands,
I
correct?
would.
Well, I mean, the boundary of the wetlands was established previously. I don't think we reestablished that.
But the wetland inspector did come out and visit the site during that,
I know what we're gonna
Right.
do
During the
here.
construction,
yeah, and after.
This is what
Yes.
we're going to do here,
after, I believe,
okay?
is
This is what we're going to do.
This is really good.
I just came up with a brainstorm. So what we're gonna do is, did you put any wetland signs up?
I did not put any wetland signs up.
Okay, so then what you're going to do is, you are going to put some wetland signs.
There's tags. in
There
the
are
wood.
tags?
There are tags. They were there previous.
Oh,
Somebody,
you mean the ribbons around the tree?
Yes.
Okay.
is that,
Okay. That's just markings for where the wetland is.
Okay.
That's not
So
tags.
what I'd like you to do is, from the front of your house, which is the front of the structure, right, which is where the house is shown, to 100 feet past the shed, okay, so from here to 100 feet past the shed, I want wetland markers, you have to buy wetland markers from Rose for this side and this side, and you're good. As opposed to doing a wetlands. Yep, they just get tagged on the trees. Is that acceptable to you guys?
is there
I don't know if they take on the trees, though.
You may have to put them on,
You may have to put them on
whatever it
poles.
is, don't kill a tree, you know what I mean?
kill a tree?
Uh,
Is there a,
Ask the wetland inspector how he wants them on,
Was every 50 feet?
okay?
I was gonna do every 50 feet, so it's,
Chest high?
I don't know, whatever,
Whatever the- whatever-
Now, whose
Wetland-
chest is it
The
gonna be?
wetlands inspector will tell you the instructions on how to install them.
Use
all
your
right, so,
chest.
now, did you pay a fee for this?
I was not told what the fee was. Rose didn't know what it was.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is this, you're gonna go to tell Rose that we're issuing you a letter of permission with the following. So, let's just do this first. So, I offer to the board the following. I make a motion to issue a letter of permission to Mr. Chris Venard at 60 Fassett Drive for the installation of a 12 by 16 shed as shown on the plans, with the following condition: that he install wetland tags from the front of his home to 100 feet past the shed every 50 feet.
Okay.
Both sides of the wetlands. So that would be the lower end and the upper end, okay? Chris?
Yep.
And you can buy, so that's the motion I make. Do I?
Okay, he's to talk to the wetland inspector beforehand to find out what exactly, how they should be installed, and perhaps the wetland inspector should inspect them after they're in.
Okay. And you're gonna tell Rose that you're getting a letter of permission.
Yes.
It's like $50.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you have to go to the
Bang me 50
forest and
bucks for
cut
the
down
tags, too.
the largest tree with a herring. Monty Python.
A shrubbery.
A shrubbery. You must be, I mean, like a nice leafy shrubbery. So I made the motion. Do I have a,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Fair? Fair.
Good luck.
That was creative.
Yeah, I give you credit. You get some credit for that.
All right, so I get that from Rose? Are they gonna be $50 a tag?
No.
No,
No, $100 a tag.
no. How much are they?
I don't know, I think
For
they're
a
like
dollar.
10 or
They
12
can't be
bucks a
that much.
tag.
They're not
Are they?
brass anymore, I'm sure.
No, they're little.
Ten.
I don't think
I'm
it's
just
10
doing
bucks a
this
tag. I think
just
they're
to
less.
show that you've delineated the wetlands, so in the future, you know,
That's fine.
all right?
And other homeowners.
Before you
whoever
buy
owns
them, talk to the wetland inspector, he'll
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
He'll give
Yeah.
you a rough idea.
He'll verify it for you. But I'm just putting it from the front of your house, because if you look at the map,
Yeah,
it's
there's a
really
lot
the
of-
front of the house where it starts to curve in.
Yep.
And then from the front of the house, and then go 100 feet past the shed, I think you should be more than reasonable. And they make great party favors. Thank you.
Gonna-
Buy some for my friends.
Okay, so we have some meeting minutes to approve. The first one is March 15th, 2018. The only one that cannot vote is Vince Terrano. So do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes for March 15th, 2018?
So
I'll make
moved.
that motion.
Second,
Second?
all in favor?
Aye.
Next one is 4/5/18. I can't vote, so why don't you take it?
I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes from 4/5/18.
Yep.
18.
So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Aye, aye.
Approved. Okay. With that,
I make a motion to close the meeting.
I second that motion.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye, aye.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good evening.